Welcome back, gamers, to the Star League Collegiate Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Circuit Finals. I am Dak, alongside my main man, my main squeeze, Rod, on my right, as we bring you the continuation of the upper bracket here. Rod, are you ready to get into some awesome Smash action?
You already know, man. The only thing I love more than Smash is Smash being done in an educational type of format. And I know you and I and Max and a handful of others, we've had a lot of conversation on the future of gaming, and I think it starts here in a format like this. This is going to be so dope.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, shout outs to our previous commentators who are joining us back later, Mies and Nurse, who are doing an absolutely incredible job. And for all of you who might not know, there's over $2,000 on the line. That's $2,000 just for, or actually $2,000 overall. $1,000 for first place. We had 352 players try to qualify. There we go. Thank you so much. Look at that prize money. I'm sure all of these players would love to get a little bit of that cash. And that is all coming here with the help of all of our amazing sponsors: Gummy Shot, Corsair, Mavix, Medify, Twitch Student, Gunner Optics, Leukemia and Lymphomia Society, and Dunkin' Donuts. Couldn't have this happen without all of you, and of course, all of you tuning in to this awesome action.
Yeah, you have me at Dunkin' Donuts, Dak. I'll leave it at that.
So that's going to be pretty hype. I mean, all of these players here are going to be absolutely fantastic. They've already shown their worth coming in this far into the bracket. And of course, this being on Wi-Fi, you got to deal with Smash Online. You got to roll with the punches. You might even have to change up the characters you use to make it farther into the bracket.
Yeah, you know, the great thing about me is that my character is just a scumbag online or offline. I play Adult Link, so no matter what happens, I'm throwing boomerang.
You're still playing Adult Link, bro?
Yeah,
come on. What year is it?
Look, at this point, you know, I'm already 28. I've been rocking them since day one in 64. You know, I don't know if I can switch over to anybody else, but let's go ahead and switch over to this match right here, man. We got our two players finally locked in here. And I believe,
we got a button. I was trying to see some of that button check. I don't know about you, but I was trying to see. And I apologize. It was also Moonblast is Gage, not Noodles. So I'm already 2 for 2 right now. I'm already a solid start here for your boy. But yeah, this should be good. I mean, we did see what I believe was a Wii Fit and a Bayo potentially. So a matchup we have not seen at all. I mean, we've seen Pac-Mans, we've seen DDDs, we've seen Falcon so far, Roy, a Crom, a Hero doing work, which I know Mies was very happy about seeing for sure. Oh, maybe Nurse not so much. But Wii Fit versus Bayo. Any thoughts on that matchup going into this?
You know, I feel like there's just one or two ways that match can go. Either that match is going to go very, very quickly. I mean, we have seen just the buffs that Wii Fit has received here these last so many patches. Characters absolutely just bonkers when played correctly and efficiently. Or we could see the match kind of trail on a little bit too, which is honestly the type of nature I'm used to seeing from the Wii Fits. They're going to stay a lot off stage. You know, the deep breathing, we're going to see that play into effect. I guess the only key difference here is that Bayo has the ability to get out there and go and get you. So you might have to try to keep the match on the solid ground, but whatever the case may be, when you see Wii Fit glowing red, it is best to proceed with caution. So let's see how it rolls.
Oh, and you're already talking that talk right there. 2 hits and Moonblast, they got hit for 54% off just those 2 confirms right there. So already, Noodle putting in some work, but both trading here, and you really got to be careful getting stuck on those platforms, because that's prime bait for Bayo to start comboing you.
Oh, speaking of the combos, here they are, Dak. And yes, you know, Wii Fit Trainer, those characters, the 2 characters just have some very interesting hitbox. I'll use that word for now. Very interestingly placed hitboxes on their limbs. However, you just cannot swing willy-nilly versus Bayonetta. Of course, you know, the longer the hitbox, the easier it is for her to witch time you. And if you watched any of Smash 4, you know what comes after witch time.
Oh, yes. And not looking forward to that for sure. Moonblast trying to poke in a little bit, but they're having a little bit less than success that they were expecting, as now Noodle's going to take control of the stage, get more of that deep breathing, and make it even more difficult for Moonblast to confirm.
That's right. Great parry. Gets the witch twist out of shield immediately. And of course, the more stuff you do in the air with Bayonetta, the more landing lag that you have. So you have to make sure that those combos are airtight. Speaking of airtight, does find an opening. Wow. Nothing off the bullet climax, but still looking good.
That was really risky to go for that deep breathing too, and they can get sniped from the stage there. So that's just kind of that confidence. You know you got to go for it. And then, of course, the Sunburst comes out and takes out Moonblast, their first death. But Noodle is, I mean, already at 164 right here, still staying alive somehow.
That's right. Very smart right there, you know, just to not go for another witch twist after the double afterburner kick. Again, the more moves you do in the air, the more lag. Great resilience. I love that spacing. Understanding that down smash was coming, you don't want anything to do with that, my friend.
Absolutely not. Noodle still surviving here, 166. And now it's, you're at a percentage where Bayo can't necessarily keep you at every combo, right? So it's really looking for these stray hits to confirm. Again, takes the bullets to the dome, staying alive, but will trade out, and the neutral air will come through. Moonblast still, they are at 65%, but it could be evened out pretty quickly again once they have that deep breathing.
That's right, man. Talk to me. There is that Nostradamus effect we were kind of talking about once upon a time ago. You get weak foot off stage, and either they're going to have the ability to stay out there forever, or if you have the toolkit to get out there, you can make these stocks disappear very quickly. It just, oh my God, it's just so unfortunate that the one taking all the stocks is my good friend Noodle here. Noodle with a very commanding lead right now.
Yeah, Moonblast kind of looking for a bit too many pokes over that shield, and eventually Noodle's just going to get off me buttons and get away from me and going to actually kill off that. So it's almost a full stock lead here now for Noodle. Moonblast looking for a way in. They're getting these combos, but really the biggest problem here is not the early low percent kind of combos. It's finally finding the kill at later percent.
Oh my God, that was so smart to use the bullet arts, because the chamber has the active hitbox on it. So yes, I went to F smash, but I do have another hitbox right here. Maybe not quite as big and powerful, but still enough right there to give me a bit of coverage. Right into the witch time. Very smooth opening from Moonblast.
Oh, catches that with the anti-air, and now Moonblast an opportunity to take the lead and run with it. Noodle gets back, just barely avoiding that ledge trap, but Moonblast still hot on their tail, now completely increasing this lead, and Noodle is done a little bit more shaky than they were in the first two stocks.
Oh, no doubt about that. This is most certainly the Bayonetta show right now. It's not looking good right here for my friend Noodle. Staying back into the corner again. The great thing about Weath is that no matter what the percent deficit or lead is, they have a game plan in hand and they're just going to stick to it. I'm just going to kind of stay back and shoot and just really play this "you got to come and get me" game. My goodness, but catch a couple of these, bullet climax at the ledge right there. Moonblast goes up game one. Wow.
It looked like Noodle was trying to stop the momentum a little bit, but actually might have missed that deep breathing all the way out in the bubble. But still, I mean, you go for that 3 times. The first 2 times, you avoided getting hit by the bullet arts. The third time, you're going to get hit. And that's going to be a start off here in the series for a 1-0 for Moonblast.
Yeah, 100%, Dak. I think Weath, again, very powerful character, and one of the few characters I feel like that can combat Bayo. Maybe not in terms of hitboxes, but just in terms of controlling the pacing of the match. Again, that ability to stay off stage for so long and force a player, whether they're comfortable off stage or not, to come out there and come get you. I mean, that's really risky business. But I think in just a case like this, Weath just really needs to hold on to that lead. The minute they have to play from behind, especially on somebody like Bayo, now that you have to chase them, it's just not good. It's not a good spot.
Absolutely. Yeah, and both of these characters are very often off stage looking to trade, but Wii Fit Trainer really wants to have an item active when they do so. Otherwise, Bayonetta can just nair at you and kind of beat you out range-wise. It looks like Noodle, it looks like we might get a reset here. Maybe potentially a character switch, but we'll see. This isn't a crew battle as far as I know, so no one should be just jumping off the stage immediately.
You know what was funny, though? When I got asked to do this, I was like, oh, let's go. Like one of those few things where you can just kind of, degen out and just get really hyped for it. You can still get hyped for singles, but that college pride that these teams wear, I mean, it's like second to none.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. And Mies and Nurse were talking about that as, we went to a wrong stage. Got it. Thank you. So we'll be changing that up. But yeah, this is, what Mies and Nurse were talking about earlier. Like, there's a little added layer to a lot of this competition because you have that school pride. You have all the, fans and other friends you have from your school coming into chat and supporting you and trying to, get that kind of, encouragement as much as you can. You see them cheering you on in the chat. That adds a little bit more to it rather than just playing in any other tournaments. So I think that kind of, really influences the kind of play we get. Of course, aside from the fact that we're playing online, some of these players are coming in after a long circuit. They may be coming in after a long shift of work. They're here to, maybe a long study session, right? There's so many factors that play into this. And we're going to Final Destination, which I'm also on.
And we are kicking this match off in a very similar fashion to what we've seen with game number 1, Dak. Again, just the Wii Fit going red, tossing out those hitboxes, and Bayonetta's little light frame already at 60%. Not a good position to be in, but you're not the only one that swings big as well. Bayonetta, of course, custom equipped with those wicked weaves.
This is looking a lot closer, which I think makes sense, right? Like, Noodle can create a lot more space between them and Moonblast. Moonblast can still kind of carry Noodle across the stage, but not going to be able to entirely carry them to the blast zones as reliably as they could on like a PS2 or Battlefield.
That's right. It's going to take a little bit more resilience, a little bit more finesse to make that happen for yourself. But if there's a will, there's most certainly a way. And with the way this one is playing out right here, Moonblast is certainly looking for the way. Love that run off Nair again, using just the threat of the bullet climax to keep Noodle back into the corner.
I love Moonblast just like back turned, obviously looking for the back air, still willing to take the ball, but not willing to take the power of the sun in the palm of their hand. And that's me, Moonblast, going down for the first drop.
There it is, and Noodle playing very strong here, fresh out of the game. I mean, this is what it's, oh yes, that's right. After so many swings, I can roll through that. No big punish though. Looking just to keep the space between both opponents. Again, a very traditional type of Wii Fit gameplay here that we're seeing. I have the lead, and now you got to come and get me.
This is some John numbers right here, of course. And there's finally the back air is going to land, but that's really the strat for Noodle, right? Like, get the lead and then just try to put up a huge, like, so much traffic between you and the other player, like constant damage. So it's just a lot more effort for you to get to them. If you do get in close quarters, you've taken 40–50%. That was your cost to get inside.
Noodle right now,
cover, you know,
went untouched almost for about a minute there. Always forget that Maya can just hold her aerials. Of course, we can get boxed a little longer. That could be a little dangerous right there for Noodle. Noodle, of course, holding strong, catching the sliding hill kick right into the throw-off stage. And, well, friends in the chat, you've seen how that one wrapped up. Noodle looking so strong here.
And I like how Noodle's using that deep breathing to also kind of bait Moonblast in to attack, use a heel slide, do something, and then Noodle can try to react off of that. And on a stage like FD, where you have a lot more room to react, it's been working out so far. That's happening as well.
Right, what the heck was that? Okay, getting fancy right here in this match. Going to heal a little percent as well. As you know, as quickly as we heal, Bayo puts it on just as quick, but we might not get to see what happened here in game 2.
Moonblast almost got a concussion from that soccer ball all the way from down deep. Okay.
Slowly but surely unraveling here for Moonblast. Noodle playing so strong, of course, despite being off of their feet, no platforms. That's okay. No matter what happens, when I get back onto solid ground, I'm going to disengage as quickly as possible.
Yep, and here we go. You got to get through there. This is a lot of traffic. You're going to make it through I-95 to make it in time. I don't think so. This is now almost a full stock, over a full stock lead here now for Noodle. And Moonblast is just pressing buttons, hoping something lands. But again, too many, and you're going to get hit by that forward tilt.
Yes, unfortunately enough, one button too many there. Great stuff right there in that game number 2. Yeah, I mean, that one's kicked off the way game number 1 did, but I really felt like just, you know, no platforms, of course. The blast zones are just positioned a little bit differently on Final Destination. And so just you with that inability to land comfortably, even with the character as, you know, talented as Bayo, she has so many landing options. You know, Wii Fit, they're just going to cover that stage, man. You don't want to land anywhere by Wii Fit because now, boom, we got to trade. And then you don't want to land far away incorrectly because now you got to eat, you know what I'm saying, one of my charge specials. So it's tough.
Yeah, and with Wii Fit, that's kind of the nature of the character going all the way back to Smash 4 is being a little bit ambiguous when you try to cross up on them because they can kind of hit you with some of their normals on both sides. So you got to be careful with a character like Bayo who's constantly looking to cross up. I mean, Wii Fit Trainer can still re-poke you and counter-poke you if need be, and those moves are going to kill at high percent. So you really got to be careful throwing out so many buttons. Wii Fit Trainer wants that to happen.
Yes, just that element of surprise that, oh, we're trading buttons. Actually, wait till I start glowing red. Now let's trade and see what happens, you know?
Yep.
I mean, we've seen the Twitter combos. We have seen Wii Fit, you know, KO at like 40% or something just ridiculous. Like, it's just absolutely bonkers, man. But, you know, I don't think it's too far-fetched to say that Bayo after Smash 4 deserves a spanking or two that type of way. But, yeah, you know, we've all been failed.
Yes, definitely. And, Noodle certainly feeling the heat a little bit here as Moonblast. They've got a lot of action cooking here. Already 84 to 108. That was just 20% off that confirm, and they're already Noodle having some trouble just getting back on the stage. A lot less room to work with. You have the platforms again you have to worry about, just like game 1, and then poking when you shouldn't be. You're going to be thrown in for a loop. And look at that. That's a 0 to death coming out from Moonblast.
There it is, Moonblast. This is the kickoff to the match that they were certainly looking for in game 1 and 2. We're still able to squeeze out a victory in game 1, but game 2 did not go their way. This one, though, this one's looking, you know, kind of like Moonblast is starting to figure some things out here. Again, gets the bat within, was able to escape harm's way. Oh, and then the run off Nair. Oh, but met with the feet.
Still gets back. Screw this character. Still gets back. Oh my god, I was like, oh, that's so hype. Wait a second, it's bad. But hey, I appreciate the effort. Moonblast now at 135, staying alive. Noodle's gonna... No way. Okay. If you get hit by that, you might have to uninstall your game.
And this bait and punish play style I'm seeing from Moonblast is starting to really do some numbers here. I mean, I throw out something punishable. Wii Fit, of course, not the fastest character in the world, but it gives off this false sense of security. I can come in and punish. Boom, the minute you touch my shield, here's the witch twist. And now you're eating a lot more percent here. So Moonblast certainly has a plan in hand, and they're sticking to it. However, again, one trade, one misposition anything versus Wii Fit, and that is going to be a stock. Even the tilt can get the job done.
Noodle looking a bit worse for wear here. Still trying to get away from that, and again gets caught. So smart by Moonblast, anticipating that projectile throw, immediately hits that stun and catches them with the witch time. Noodle, though, will respond back, but at this point, they are down an entire stock here, and immediately Moonblast putting on the pressure.
Slides back in, gets the sliding heel kick. Okay, that one gets shielded, but unfortunately enough, not a quick enough option to punish it from behind. Gets the up. Oh wow, that was so smooth. That the bat within, every time you see it, you're like, is this on purpose or is it on accident? Like, is the finesse that clean?
Oof. Even trying to finesse with the wall cling there, but maybe biting off a bit more than they can chew. Noodle gonna try to make it difficult for Moonblast to land here, and does so. And as they continue to poke, Noodle hits him with a forward smash, fully charged up there with that deep breathing. Hits another one. This is still doable for Noodle, absolutely.
Very, very doable. Fortunately enough, some of these combos, some of these conversions are just timed a little off the mark, and so witch time, and of course, most notably in this match, Bat Within starting to come through and save Moonblast ever so slightly, but we're fizzling away here. Noodle, the gap ain't that large, but it really feels like Moonblast is doing everything in their best to just try to extend it as quickly as possible here.
Yeah, and this is now, this is super difficult territory here for Noodle, because this will kill if they land that forward smash, but the second they try to use a Salute the Sun, that could get witch time, so they have to be extremely careful, likely trying to bait out a witch time or something from Moonblast to get them pressing buttons, and then goes in just for the raw dash attack.
That's right, and at this percent, we can definitely afford to trade here. Of course, Bayo, not that she's not a killing machine, she can certainly KO like the best one, but she needs that one hit to turn into something. Outside of that, she's just tossing out smash attacks. That's right. And we're going to go for the trade right there and close it out. Wow.
That is rough. I don't even know what move it was. It had to have been forward tilt, up tilt coming out there. It barely came out before the trade. And that was really solid work by Moonblast before that, using their kind of afterburner kick to come in, send that ball back flying towards Noodle. But again, when you're playing close quarters, Wii Fit Traders normals, you have to respect them. And if you don't have that witch time ready to go, if you're not spaced enough where you can get that witch time out or still be safe, Noodle's going to be able to win those.
Yeah, that was a very, just textbook, Wii Fit type of finish there to that match. And I really appreciate that. The beginning of that match just did not kick off the best. And, almost making me eat my words a little bit that, Wii Fit's going to struggle to play from behind. And, depending on the matchup, the character will. But I think in a space like this versus Bayo, both sides are killing machines for two very different reasons, for two very opposite ends of the competitive spectrum. Bayo's is always going to look for those combos. Wii Fit has combos too, but I'm looking for those straight hits, those meaty attacks. And no Bayo here. We're actually switching over to Palutena.
Yeah, so Noodle ends up, lost the first game on PS2, wins an FD, and then wins back on PS2 again. And now Moonblast, as they've changed over to Palu for PS2, which is, almost Palu Stadium 2 for the first couple of years of this game. Certainly, Noodle's kind of home stage now, as they're looking very dominant with that immediate kill on Moonblast.
Kicking this match off right here in a type of fashion, letting them know, hey, there ain't going to be another one of these, all right? I'm shutting this thing down 3-1. 61.4% here, but you know what, though? Palutena, despite the meta slightly shifting since this game's inception, Palutena is still a very strong character, of course.
Yeah, it's just such a distinct shift, right? Because Bayonetta is such a mix and cross-up kind of character, and then Palu is like no mix at all, right? So now you're dealing with Wii Fit, who's going to immediately start camping you and zoning you more so than you would against the Bayonetta, because you have a lot less to risk, there's a lot less cross-up potential from your opponent now. So this is, Noodle is now just cooking, has a full stock lead, and next summon, no! You hate to see it! Ricochet's off the bottom of the stage, and now Moonblast with a single stock to work with.
Oh, I I hate it had to be Moonblast. I really do. But Noodle right now, letting them know I got the Noodle with the sauce, my friend, and I am dishing it out here very carefully. This match is just starting to kind of trail out of control. Quick back right of shield. Going to use the explosive flame at the ledge. I would have liked to see a little bit more of the projectile gameplay at the beginning of this match. You know, just to maybe stop, you know, just again, the deep breathing, just everything that Wii Fit Trainer's setting up shop for on the other side of the screen. But wow, it doesn't seem to matter. Oh,
that was so good. And a 3-stock from Noodle. That was an absolutely disastrous last game there for Moonblast. Noodle just taking him to the bank and cashing out.
Yeah, that was a match, wasn't it, Dak? We'll put it that way.
It was a game of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I concur.
That's right, for the Nintendo Switch. No, all jokes aside, you know, big shout out to both of those two players. It's just, you know, we talked about it before we got on, and I know that Nurse and me talked about it as well. You know, formats like this, we get a lot of character variety, which I think is really awesome. We fit the character that needs more platforms like, you know, what we do here in the collegiate format to show the world that this character's powerful. Bale has a lot of gas left in that tank, but We Fit got the job done today. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, you know, it's not over, of course, just yet for Moonblast. They still have a chance down in the lower bracket. So thankfully, it's a big double nation. Best of 5. I mean, that's what I love about this format, right? You have a lot of opportunity to not only get yourself back in, but for the top players to prove that they're the top players, right? It's not going to come down to flukes. It's not going to come down to luck. It really is going to come down to who's consistently the best player over the course of a pretty long duration of games here. And Noodle very clearly showing that they had the adaptability to not only win another stage they lost, but also take control of 2 different matchups in that series.
Oh, 100%. I just feel like, you know, you play a character like Wii Fit, and you have to know that there's going to be matchups in this game that are going to be very lopsided, very one-sided. And so you just have it in your head that there's going to be some, you know, matches where I'm just super duper down and I'm having to fight my way from a deficit. And there's going to be some where I can steamroll over you because I know it so well, like that last match.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look back at that series a little bit. We got some replays to check out between these 2 players. And things honestly I think started pretty even between the 2 of them.
I think so. You know, game number 1 definitely went in Moonblast's favor. Maybe not in the beginning, but certainly towards the end. That game 2, though, is really when Noodle started to kind of figure some things out. They were able to bring it back from behind. There's that bullet climax. I love that at the ledge. Need to see more of that from the Bayos. But this match right here is where I feel like the tide of just the entire set really started to shift. And I guess that's just kind of like the FD classic. No platforms, odd blast zones. I mean, you can certainly get your stock taken very quickly here.
Yeah, I think both of these players were starting to really capitalize on the other pressing buttons at certain times, and we're really kind of downloading that timing. You're seeing a lot, of course, the which times landing. There's another one. You're seeing these soccer balls being thrown out at the right time as Bayo's trying to recover. The trays coming out from Noodle. So it really does a lot of the time, especially in this matchup, come down to timings. And then, of course, that's included in the replay. I'm not sure if Moonblast would want to see that again, but this was all Noodle all day. Very slippery here on that last game.
Yeah, very, very slippery. Again, big shout out to both of those 2 talented individuals. Always nice to get a bit of a break from the norm. I mean, don't get it twisted. I like my Palutanas and my Jokers, you know, and my characters like that. But it's, you know, it's nice to see the Bayo every so often. And of course, the Wii Fit, big fan of that character. Not fan enough to play him, but always a fan to watch. I don't ever want to be on the receiving end of a Wii Fit trainer spanking.